guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate, or I go by AlwaysMoreSims here on YouTube, and today we are building the family house that I'm going to need for my Sims 3 Feig challenge. Now I am a little concerned, so this house is huge, okay? This house is monstrous. And I actually was looking at like floor plan houses, like floor plans and like beach houses and all these different things, trying to get kind of more of a idea for this. I really struggle with giant houses that are this size. This house is 6 bed, 6.5 bath. It does have a like 3x3 nursery attached to the master bedroom. It does have an office upstairs. It has a laundry room. There's some workout equipment in the garage, but I plan on bringing the martial arts dummy with us when we move into the house, so that'll go in the garage. There's an empty space there. And yeah, I didn't decorate any of the extra bedrooms. I didn't even decorate the nursery. I didn't decorate the bathroom, because this house is like 190,000 simoleons, and I don't actually know if we're going to be able to afford it. Actually, I have the game open right now. So yeah, Jace doesn't have enough points for inheritance, which is only about 30,000. I have Tiberium in the inventory, but I don't think that's enough either. I am a little concerned. We'll get some money from our current house. I don't know if we're going to be able to afford this house. And that's with it not being fully furnished. I'm a little concerned. But yeah, so I this could not have honestly kind of fallen on a worse time. Because like I like all of, how do we even say this? Cause if you're familiar with my speed builds, I've talked about like my job. I try to keep my job as vague as possible though. We have like, everything just gets really crazy in the last 2 months of the year, and I feel like that just kind of goes for in general. I mean, it's the holidays. I actually have a sweatshirt that says Happy Hallow Thankmas on it, and it has like a Christmas tree and a turkey wearing a Santa hat, and there's pumpkins and skeletons. It's because you get to the end of the year and everything just kind of blurs together. Like you go from Halloween to Thanksgiving to Christmas, and a lot of people skip Thanksgiving. As far as they're concerned, it goes Halloween, Christmas. But it's crazy times, right? The end of the year, and that's when I have like all this stuff that needs to be done for work and everything. So like, oh, and then my town is doing the Christmas parade, and I could have sworn this is something that we did like forever ago, and then we stopped doing it, but no, I guess it's like completely new, and I'm like, okay. But there's a parade, and they're gonna have a float, and I love building parade floats. It's like my thing. I love building parade floats. And the Humane Society, where like I got Moose and I get all my foster puppies and I do the summer camp and everything, that they are doing a float, and they asked if I would help them build. So like then there's been that. So like I get home from work, grab a quick bite to eat, and then I'm going out to the shelter to work on this float, and like I just don't have time for anything. And then I still have this cough. I've had this cough for over a month now. I got it, actually it's going on 2 months, because I got it towards the beginning of October. And it was getting somewhat better. I went to the doctor. The doctor was like, here's some medicine for it. Let me know if it doesn't get better. If it doesn't get better, we're going to do a chest x-ray, make sure it's not pneumonia. I'm like, great, thanks. Took the meds, nothing changed. So I went back and I'm like, yep, no change. other than the fact that these meds make me extremely nauseous. And I mean, that must be why you gave them to me, because I'm afraid that if I cough, I'm going to hurl. So the doctor was like, okay, I'm going to hold off on the x-ray. I'm going to prescribe a stronger med. You try that. And if that doesn't work, then we'll do the x-ray. I'm like, great. So same thing pretty much happened, that I was this one was even worse. Like, it would, because the other one was kind of like a gradual worsening of the nausea. No, this one would just hit. It would just like strike. And I'd be in the middle of working. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to, like, oh, it was bad. And that was with me. Like, I know that like sometimes that can happen if you don't eat soon enough, like around the time of taking them. Like, no, I'm not a breakfast person. I don't typically eat breakfast, but I would eat breakfast just to make sure that when I took these pills, I wasn't going to toss my cookies, and it still wasn't helping. So I went back, and the cough has somewhat improved to the point where it really only gets bad when I lay down. Like, if I'm horizontal, it's awful. If I'm upright, once I've been upright for a while, it's okay. Like, when I first get up in the morning, I normally have the cough like pretty bad for like the first like hour of my day. And then it kind of, it goes away. It's not nearly as bad. It's not catching me off guard like it was. It's not sneaking up on me. But like as soon as I lay down, awful. So the doctor's like, well, you might have asthma. So we're going to do I think they call it like a PFT or something. Like, I basically am supposed to blow in a tube and it'll see like how, I don't know. I don't even know. It's like basically a lung function test. They went to do a CT scan. I had an x-ray taken. I had some blood work done. Well, the x-ray and the blood work were the only two things I could do like when I went to see her. Everything else I had to schedule for like a month from now. I'm like, what good does that do me? Like, if I've had the cough for going on 2 months, will I more than likely still have the cough in a month? Yeah, but what good is it gonna do? Like, I don't. So I'll be honest, I didn't go with the PFT and the CT. I'm like, no. Just, I guess I can live with the cough at night. It's whatever. I'm taking allergy medicine. I have a cool mist humidifier running in my room at night. See if that helps. Is not doing much. She doesn't think it's asthma, but she just wanted to rule it out. So it's not like I have a hard time breathing. She said it might be acid reflux. She almost said assigned me. No, she prescribed me some antacids. No, I shouldn't say prescribed. It's just like over the counter antacids. But she's like, take this 15 minutes before you eat. And like, I am not the kind of person that I can plan when I'm eating. Like, I know general time, but like, it's not like it's like coming back up. It's like, I don't know. I'm just like, I don't feel like these fit. The x-ray didn't show anything. I'm like, okay, if the x-ray didn't show anything, I'm wondering if I had pneumonia and it's just like gone away now. And I'm just kind of dealing with the residual. I don't know. But yeah, that's just, it's all crazy. Well, and then I had a project show up at work that I was supposed to start last week that I I somehow missed it on like my upcoming schedule. And so like that's been stressful, like trying to get that like caught back up with that. I'm like, how did I miss this? But then I kind of had some frustration because I'm supposed to have somebody that is supposed to regularly check in with me to make sure that like everything's going okay, and she hasn't been. She's extremely unreliable, and like any question I take to her, I'm like, so what about this? And she's like, I don't know. I'll have to go check on that. I'm like, no, that is literally in your job description to be able to help with this specific thing. You should not have to go check with somebody for that. Like, this is literally your job. And you've been doing it for a couple of years too. Like, I do not like dealing with this person. Anyways, Back to the house. So I actually normally explain a little bit more what the house is for. If you don't know, if you don't follow my channel, sorry for going like straight from house to crazy life drama. It's not even crazy life drama, just hectic stress. I am so stressed. My anxiety is insane. Depression's not been too great either, but we won't get into all that. Like, bleh. Okay. The house. So the house is built for my FEEG challenge, and FEEG stands for every generation there's a genre. We are currently on generation 8, which blows my mind. Based on romance novels. We are following my sim Jace, who, yes, is named after Jace Wayland / Morgenstern / Lightwood / Arendelle, like whatever you want to call him, from the Mortal Instruments series. The Mortal Instruments series actually is like brain altering for me when I was growing up. Like, it was serious. Like, I've always been like an avid reader, but like, it's the first series I remember just being absolutely obsessed with. And yeah, kind of questionable that I didn't question too much the whole siblings in love with each other thing. Like, now that I look back, if you know Mortal Instruments, and I'm just gonna spoil it. So at the end of the first book, the two, like, the main character, and I mean, I'm going to call Jace a main character too. We don't follow his perspective, I don't think, very often. I haven't read the series in a long time. I reread City of Bones before starting the generation, just as like a refresher, but I did not reread the whole series. But anyways, we have Clary and Jace, and at the end of the first book, they find out that they're supposedly siblings. But then by the end of the third book, we find out that's not the case. We just find out it's not true. However, all throughout the second book, pretty much all throughout the third book, they're still pining for each other, despite knowing that they're siblings. I did not question that as much as I should have when I was first reading the book. But when I reread City of Bones before this generation, I was like, ooh, like, again, really should have questioned that a lot more than I did. Anyways, so it's probably one of the like most formative books of my childhood. Like, because then I started the Mortal Instruments right after reading Divergent. And Divergent is the same way. Like, I could not get enough of Divergent. And then Mortal Instruments. And I, like, really spiraled into reading after that. Like, again, I'd always been a reader. But, like, it's almost like I found kind of my... I don't know, like, my preference in books. Because before that, it was just my taste was kind of all over the place. Anyways... So, like, the generations are mostly all based on my favorite book characters. And yeah, so this one follows Jace. And Jace, his mom, so the previous generation heir, Eliza, was not the most loving parent. However, her husband, Deacon, Jace's father, was loyal, loving, hardworking, very family man. And we basically spun the story that, like, Eliza never wanted a family. Eliza really just wanted to focus on her career. She was in the music branch. She wanted to become a pop star. Like, that was all she really cared about. And, like, she did love Deacon, but, like, it was kind of evident that Deacon loved her more than she loved him. But Deacon had always wanted a family, and so when Eliza fell pregnant, she's like, fine, I'll keep the kid, but the kid is going to be up to you to raise. And that's pretty much how it went. They had Jace. Jace is their only child. And it was Jace and Deacon and Jace. Eliza was not involved. Eliza couldn't really care less. But Deacon and Jace were super close. So as Jace got older, like, he saw how much his dad loved his mom. He's like, I want to find that kind of love, but I want them to love me in return. But because he'd never really seen a healthy relationship between his parents, his perspective on love was kind of skewed. So then they moved to Sunlit Tides. So they'd lived in Starlight Shores, which is the Showtime world. And then they moved to Sunlit Tides, which is a Sims 3 world, like one of the store worlds. They moved to Sunlit Tides, and almost as soon as they got here, Deacon and Eliza actually got divorced. Deacon was like, he was an elder. He's like, this is not how I want to live my life anymore. I'm in this beautiful world. Like, I'm gonna live for me now. And Eliza didn't really care. They divorced. Deacon turned around, got remarried. Eliza was kind of dating on and off. I don't know what that is. Okay, sorry. My phone went off. That's why. Sorry. So anyways, so then we get to Sunlit Tides, and Jace is newly a young adult, and Jace gets the lifetime wish of wanting to be a heartbreaker, but not because he actually has malicious intent. So Jace is looking for love, but he's kind of going about it the wrong way. Again, he never really saw a healthy relationship between his parents. He saw a lot of effort from his dad, not much return from his mom. And so he put in, went after sounds really bad, because it sounds like kind of, but he pursued a lot of women, looking for love. He wanted to find his person, his true love. And it then became a little less about love, a little more about lust. Like, he was kind of confusing the two, didn't quite understand the difference. And now we've finally met. His last relationship was Dakota. But then the lifetime wish is broken because it's not counting. So, that'll get us the inheritance, because I'll need to cheat that. I can cheat his lifetime reward points. Still won't be enough, but maybe. Anyways, so his last relationship was with Dakota, and he realized when meeting Dakota that because it had become, again, less and less about, like, getting to know the person and more about how quick can I get into bed with them. And he met Dakota, and it kind of went back to how, like, he wanted to get to know her, that he really liked her, they really connected, he's attracted to her, they just, like, they clicked, they connected, they bonded, and he's like, haha, this is what I've been looking for. And now they're moving pretty quick, because Jace was dating around his entire young adulthood. In the last part, this is actually going up, let's see, so the video that went up last Monday, ooh, it's been a hot second, when I'm recording this. So last Monday, he aged up into an adult. This past Monday will actually be the wedding, all this stuff. Anyways, as of when I'm recording this, the last time I recorded, he aged up. But yeah, the video's been broken up into two parts. We have the outside, and then we have the furnishing of the inside, but I do apologize. The furnishing of the inside, I felt like got kind of sloppy, because I was really tired. Like, I tried to get in bed by like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and I stayed up furnishing this house until about 11. And I built pretty much all of it in a day. I did, like, the rough shell of it, like 2 nights ago, and then I'm like, nope, I'm going to bed. But then I was like, okay, if I need to move into this house ASAP because Jace and Dakota are engaged, getting married, will be trying for a baby, like, again, ASAP. I'm like, okay, I need the house to move into, because the current house that Jace lives in is technically a 2-bedroom, but it is not big enough for a family, like, in the slightest. It's a quite small house. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I really need to get this done. So yeah, like, that's just that's where we are now. Jace and Dakota are getting married, and hopefully moving soon if I can afford it. Also, when I build houses with the intention of me playing in them, me using them, I don't hold back on using store content, using stuff packs. I even have a couple custom content pieces that I placed. Normally I try not to do that, for the sake of, I know that it makes things kind of difficult to download because there's just so much. But then I don't know that it really helps, because I still kind of give myself free reign of all the expansion packs. But I feel like if you're still playing Sims 3 at this point, you probably have a majority of the Sims 3 packs. But anyways, this house has store content. It has custom content. It has stuff packs. I try not to use stuff packs in my speed builds. It has a lot. I full on thought about setting up a truck back here too for the trailer, because Jace has a jet ski. And we're no longer actually on the water. We're right next to water, but we're not right on it. So I can't have it in the, like, there's nothing to have it in the water. It would just be sitting on the sand. And I'm like, I don't know. Okay, is there anything else? So the 3-tile garage door is custom content. And then I do this little, like, kids area off the back corner. And there's this, like, toddler slide that's a Sims 4 to Sims 3 conversion. Sorry. That is also custom content. I feel like those are the only 2 custom content pieces I used. Everything else is either store content or stuff packs. Yeah. And I do feel like the house is, and you'll see it a lot more in the furnishing, the house does seem kind of empty. I think I might have made the main space downstairs, like the living room, kitchen, I think I might have made that just a little too big. It was quite difficult to fill. And then I had, like, you know, this balcony over here. I'm like, I don't know what to put here. And then I had, like, this, like, kind of loft area at the top of the stairs. I'm like, I don't know what to put here. I wasn't really sure how much to fill any of those places out either. Because, like, I don't know. The thing is, I actually don't furnish that. You can see it right here, right on the other side of those sliding doors. Is this, like, it's basically the size of a room. I didn't furnish it. I didn't really furnish anything upstairs, but then I went back in after I finished, and I'm like, okay, I need to put something here. I hate how empty this looks. It's going to look like crap in the screenshots. So I did end up putting something there, and that, it's grand piano, so it kind of jacked the price up a little more, but it's okay. I don't really know how I feel about this house. Like, when I was building it, I was like, I'm not really loving how the outside looks. I feel like it does fit okay with the style of Sunlit Tides, but, oh, hey, we're at the outro. Okay. Bye.